Hey everyone, welcome back to Toasty TCG. This weekend I went 3-0 at my locals monthly GOAT tournament playing Xyz Dragon Cannon Return or Xyz Return. The deck was a lot of fun. It kind of plays like a sort of like a unique Chaos Recruiter type of way. I think like the fusions came up like honestly it didn't come up a whole lot. It came up like one time where I was able to make this one with X and Y. Though this one's probably the best. I just wasn't really seeing the pieces like a whole lot, at least not together. What's really cool about the pieces is that they're very like mid cards. They're not like super great, so they kind of discourage your opponent to like committing removal to them. So they're very like safe to like play aggressively with because your opponent doesn't want to like feel like they're wasting removal on a card that like doesn't really seem to do a whole lot. So I think like something about that was really great. X Head Cannon having 1800 attack comes up, and otherwise the deck played very well. It's kind of like there's like discard synergies too, because these guys discard, so you play into that. You have light monsters, so of course you can play some darks and play chaos stuff. But to get right into the list, first we just got like the 10 like cards you're playing. You're playing GOAT. Those and your 2 traps. Just you're playing GOAT. You're playing these 10 cards. There's no reason to even explain those. For the actual deck, so I went with a pretty common ratio I saw was 3, 3, and 2. X-Head is needed. Well, X-Head is needed for like pretty much the best fusions. Being able to make well, these 2 are needed for the best fusion, which is this guy. And then Z Metal Tank helps make the second best fusion, which is this one. And then the worst one is this one. This one hits face up spell and traps. This one hits face down spell and traps. This one hits face down monsters. So you typically, like this one doesn't like do a whole lot too often. And like these 2 are just like overall the best. But again, like they're also 1500, so they're the biggest monster that biggest monsters that you can get off of your Shining Angels. And there's like a little flip package. I played 3 Dekoichi just because it's dark and just draws you cards. There's also like super easy side out too. You can just like side one of these out normally. Same is true with the pieces. You can side like the Z and X. You can side them each one of them those out. They're very easy to side out cards. You can just like go down to like 2 of each. For the other flip, I was playing Night Assailants. This is just like if I see them and I can make like one of the fusions, because the fusion discard effects aren't once per turn, so you can like loop the Night Assailants. Like make if you are to like get to XYZ, you just like discard a Night Assailant, pop a card, get back the other Night Assailant, discard again, pop a card. Otherwise it's just a good like it's a dark like man-eater bug. Then there's like a lot of one of monsters. Warrior Lady is just an Shining Angel target. Serpent for discards. Tribe Infecting for discarding. Sangan to Sangan. Breaker's Breaker. And then you got BLS and Chaos Sork. I guess like Breaker could be in like the generic GOAT pile. And then you got these 2. And these just like fuel like your synergies if you're not like banishing for fusion summons. These can just like banish one of the pieces and whatever dark monster, they can bring them back and fuse still. And for like the other spells, there's a Prima, 2 creature swap for the Shining Angel. And then your returner package is 3 return, 1 dimension fusion. Initially I was playing 3 dimension fusion, 1 return. And I just constantly found like, because this brings back your opponent's cards too, and they don't leave at the end phase. So I just found that there's a lot of times where I didn't even want to play this card, just felt like super bad. And in round 3, return actually, it won me game 1. Like really just like, it was super clutch. Like I believe it's like I summoned a Chaos Sork, normal summoned like a Y Dragon Head or something, crashed my Chaos Sork into their Warrior Lady, and then I went return, summoned back the Chaos Sork, the 2 things that it banished, and all my other monsters to swing again for game. Yeah, this card, like, definitely do more returns over Dimension Fusion. If you're, like, hesitant to play return, because, like, my idea was, like return, it's, like, more fragile, it's slower, but just, like, being able to do things like that where you can play it in, like, the battle phase, it's such a high impact. Being able to use on your opponent's turn, them not getting things back, it's always live. Yeah, like, if you're hesitant on, like, if you want to play more Dimension Fusion than Return, and you're not sure which one, like, play the 3 returns over Dimension Fusion. So that's the main deck. Onto the side deck. 1 Asura Priest. The one issue that I knew this deck was going to have was Scapegoat. So I played the 1 Asura Priest in the side for decks where I was, like, worrying about Scapegoat. And round 1 immediately came up when I played against Reasoning Gate. I think it was either game 2 or 3 where they had the Scapegoat, and I just went summon the Asura Priest, attack over all their bodies, and now they didn't have anything from the Monster Gate. So that was just, like, literally the thing that I prepared for worked out. 3 Dust Shoot. Again, it's just kind of like a card that's very good going first. Like, I don't like it in the main decks. I feel like there's just times where if, like, they just go, like, set some cards, pass, and, like, or you see, like, late game, it just feels very, very dead. I just want to, like, open this card, I think. I don't really want to be seeing this in the middle of the game. I'd rather just, like, open it going first and Dust Shoot. And then some other traps I played. I just played 2 Dust Tornadoes and a Royal Decree. Building this deck, I thought I was going to fusion summon a lot more. So I wanted to, like insulate the fusion summons with, like, protection from back row. But, I don't know, this deck, like, it plays like a Chaos Recruiter deck that has the option of playing fusions. Like, I don't feel like it's a deck that fusion summons and then, like, has the benefit of Chaos Recruiter. I feel it's, it plays the opposite, where it's like you're playing Chaos Recruiter and then you have the ability to just make good fusion monsters. But, so, like, the fusions didn't come up a whole lot, so these didn't really go in too much. Like, I played against Reasoning Gate, Monarch Control, and, like, a Chaos Aggro deck, or, like, an Equip Aggro, where it's just, like, the, like, Mage Power, United We Stand, Asura Priest type deal. It was just, like, Chaos Aggro type, something like that. 3 Mind Cons, that's just for, like, playing against any flip summon heavy deck. The 1 Swords, 2 Smashing Grounds. Last month I played 1 Smashing Ground, liked it a lot, so I bumped it up to 2 for this event. I don't think I might have seen it, like, once, and it was just, it's like every time I see this card, I only sighted it when I'm going second, and every time I see it, it's just so good. This card's absolutely amazing. And finally, 2 Soul Release. I just wanted to play something different than Kaiku. Kaiku's definitely one of my favorite retro cards for, like, both Goat and Edison. The idea here was that I can target my own cards too, so I can set up my return from the different dimensions. So I can just, like, hit the good stuff out of their grave, and then, like, hit, like, 1 or 2 things out of my grave, maybe banish some other cards off, like, a Chaos Sork or something, and then, like, summon them all back off return. So, like, that's, like, it was a neat concept. I don't think it really came up, like, in practice it came up, like, with testing. By the tournament, I don't think I sided Soul Release. But overall, the list played very well. Everything, like, it didn't play how I expected it to play. Again, I definitely expected it to play more into the fusion summon, like, union, like, idea of the deck, but it was instead played a lot more like just like a chaos deck with the, like, added bonus of, like, you have some big monsters in the deck than, like, you usually would. So you're not, like, playing all, like, the little rinky-dink guys. You have a lot, like, these just dudes with, like, 1500, 1800. You have creature swap. You have, like, your Night Assailant pops. And then, like, of course, like, the tribe. So there's, like, a lot of things that are very just, like, chaos about the deck. And it has, like, again, just, like, it has the added benefit that you can just make good fusion boss monsters without having metamorphosis. But overall, I definitely had a good time playing this deck. It was definitely fun. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. If you like this type of video, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.